YouTube! ¿Qué pasa? Welcome back to another Bleach Brave Souls video.
Okay, let's go.
Right, today I'm just gonna do a little bit of explaining because there is some confusion about certain skills and what they actually do. And the skills in questions are Marauder and Sharpshooter. Both skills are very good skills, and usually when a unit has either one of them, that unit usually tends to be a very good unit. For instance, let's go to my inventory first of all, and let me show you a few characters that I have Marauder and I have Sharpshooter. Right, so oh no, I didn't want to go here. I want to go here, and we're gonna do a rarity, and then we're gonna select the skills. Now, it's either on some of them built in as a soul trait, maybe for not a soul trait, as innate skill or a skill. So we go look for it. Marauder. There is Marauder and Sharpshooter. So I'm gonna go Marauder first. Now, I have only one character with Marauder that has it on the innate skill, which is the spirits of with you, Yoroichi. And now let's check for Sharpshooter. There is none with the innate skill. Now let's look for the normal skill. There is. So Marauder. Am I missing it? There is. Right, there is Marauder. So these are all the units that have Marauder. And one thing that's directly straight apparent is all of these characters are melee units. And there is a reason why why characters that get Marauder, let's say it like that, get the skill Marauder, because they are, first of all, they are melee units. And what does Marauder actually do? Like, there is some confusion at times that Marauder is the same as Godbreak and what's so not. No, that's totally wrong. So Marauder specifically nullifies melee guard and melee attack resistance. What does that mean? For instance, you go into guild quest and you want to do hard guild quest and it says melee resistance. Right, that usually means for me, okay, I can use any ranged character, but can I use a melee character? Yes, if he has the skill Marauder. For instance, 5th anniversary Ichigo or TYBW Yamamoto as shown here, both of these have Marauder. That means if I use them on a guild quest where there is melee resistance, they will still do normal damage. Why? Because they have the skill Marauder. And that's exactly why this skill is so good. And the new Kisuke coming up has Marauder too, so bear in mind when choosing him if you have him for guild quest. Now, what is the other skill? Sharpshooter. Let's first of all filter for Sharpshooter, right? So we're gonna go with skill again and then Sharpshooter. There it is. So these are the characters I have currently with Sharpshooter. And Sharpshooter, the same way as Marauder, is a skill that usually tends to be a good skill for a good character. Why? What is the other thing we notice here is that Sharpshooter is usually given to a ranged character. And what does Sharpshooter specifically do? Sharpshooter nullifies ranged guard and ranged attack resistance. So what does that mean? If I go to guild quest and I want to do hard guild quest and I see it says ranged resistance. That usually means, all right, you shouldn't choose any ranged character. However, if that character has the skill Sharpshooter, you're good to go. The same way as Marauder, these skill bypass the ranged guard and ranged attack resistance and melee guard and melee attack resistance. So bear in mind when building your future teams and choosing characters for certain teams. And those two skills are not to be confused with the skill Guard Break. Why? Because what does Guard Break actually do? What is Guard Break? Guard Break is basically that during a quest or like a battle or something, a character attacks ignore the enemy's guard. That is not the same as Marauder and Sharpshooter. So this skill even works even if an enemy possesses ranged or melee resistance guard. Why? Because guard break basically ignores the enemy's guard. You see that a lot of times when you play with a character that doesn't have guard break, trying to do with him normal runs, you will see definitely that you're having a hard time breaking through some enemies. And that's basically where guard break comes in handy. And that's basically a little explanation of those two skills. And I do hope that was helpful to some of the misconceptions out there that and some inclarities about those two skills. And yeah, that's it for me. Don't forget to smash the like button, and I'm going to do a few more of those explanation kind of teaching videos on some of the skills and getting some unclarities out of the way, aimed at a lot of newer players and people and players that aren't too familiar with those kind of skills. Anyways, thanks for joining. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys next time.